Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. Historic treble. It's your game week 4 review. Somewhat belatedly a game week 4 review as I've been on my holly bobs, but it was brilliantly timed to coincide with the first international break of the new season, which meant you haven't missed anything because there's been no Premier League action while I've been away. But somewhat belatedly we have the Game Week 4 review. Game Week 4 happening just before the last international break, about a week and a half ago. And what a Game Week 4 it was. 18 managers achieved a highest weekly, or a personal highest weekly total for the season. 4 managers went into the transfer market, with last year's manager of the season, 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby, using £5 million of his £15 million worth of tactical gambits that he won for being last year's manager of the season to purchase his one and only permitted wildcard tactical gambit, which allowed him to make multiple transfers in a single week, which means at the end of game week 4, 3 of our managers have now used their one and only permitted wildcard tactical gambit. In this week's edition of Banter in the Box, we've got your game week 4 winners and losers. 4 winners who all receive a manager of the season point, and 4 losers who, if they had any to lose, all lose a manager of the season point. And then we've got a manager of the season update. Did anyone get that who the fuck is that question that was rolled over so many times it was worth 4 manager of the season points? All will be revealed. So your game week 4 winners, take a bow. 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby climbed a massive 9 places up to 16th. He was the biggest climber in game week 4. That didn't stop him going into the transfer market and using a wildcard tactical gambit to change 4 of his players. He's seizing the day while form is on the up. Take a bow also, Green Top Milk manager Jimmy Bloomfield. By the way, I should have said Simon was one of those 18 managers that got a personal highest weekly total. Jimmy Bloomfield also got a personal highest weekly total, which allowed him to climb 5 places into the top half of the table, 14th. You have to go back to the 31st of October 2019 for the last time Jimmy Bloomfield was as high as 14th in the table. Take a bow also, Shrimpers FC manager. Been getting some stick off his wife Nicola, who's higher in the table than him. But Stephen Lee is on the up, climbed 7 places up to 15th in the league. 18th of August 2016 was the last time Stephen Lee was as high as 15th in the table. But the biggest game week 4 winner, take a bow. The big Boss Tokoklos got his first weekly win of the season with 71 points, which was a highest. Stephen Lee also got a personal highest weekly total. It was a highest weekly total, not just a personal highest weekly total, but I think a highest weekly total so far this season. 71 points in game week 4. The 3rd of September, no, that's wrong, older than that. The 3rd of February was the last time that Niall has been top of the Family Fantasy Football League. But those 71 points, as well as getting him a weekly win, climbed him 3 places to the top of the Family Fantasy Football League table, where he hasn't been since the 3rd of February. And that also means that all 4 of those managers get 1 manager of the season point. Your game week 4 losers, hide your head in shame. I've got a life manager, Mops Hoxby, dropped 5 places down to 20th. Mops has not been as low as 20th since the 11th of November last year. Hide your head in shame. Also, Shashhammer's FC manager, Wayne Robinson. He dropped 3 places to 21st. Now, Wayne has been in the Family Fantasy Football League for absolutely ages. Must be over 20 years. He's never been lower than 21st. The last time he was as low as 21st was the 3rd of June 2017. Hide your head in shame also. Debut manager Chicken Tikka Mo Salah, Jordan James, the joint lowest scorers in game week 4 with just 10 points, which meant he dropped 13 places to 24th in the table, which in this his debut season is the lowest he's ever been. But he wasn't the biggest fallers. Hide your head in shame. Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain. She got a weekly win in game week 3. How quickly things can change in the Family Fantasy Football League. She was also the joint lowest scorers in game week 4 with just 10 points. And Megan was the biggest fallers, down 15 places to 22nd. Where they had them, one manager of the season point lost. Now, who the fuck is that? It rolled over for a 3rd time last week, so it was worth 4 manager of the season points. And it's well and truly got you foxed, because only one manager had a guess this week. Benny United manager Mark Benwell thought that was a picture of our very own Jordan Jenkins, Chicken Tikka Mo Salah FC manager. Well, Mark, that was an incorrect guess. But do you know what? Because you're the only manager to have a guess this week, I'm going to give you a manager of the season point just for taking part. So, this is what your manager of the season table looks like. Benny United manager climbs to joint 10th. Stephen Lee up to joint 3rd. Mops Hoxby drops to joint 3rd. But Niall Ponsford has gone out in front in the race to be crowned manager of the season. He's top of the table. Is it too early to be talking about an historic Family Fantasy Football League, never be done before, League, Cup and Manager of the Season treble in only his 2nd season? Is it too early? Probably is. So, we're rolling it over again. It's worth 5 Manager of the Season points. Who the fuck is that? It is a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. And I can't remember how many guesses we've had now over the course of the last 4 weeks. Probably about 11. You got about a 1 in 17 chance of getting it right. But if you can tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there, you will earn 5 Manager of the Season points, which could change everything in the Manager of the Season table. That is it for Banter in the Box this week. The Premier League returns this weekend. We will be back in just over a week for your Game Week 5 review. Until then, take care everyone. Bye-bye.